Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. We got a Volkl Mantra M7 for you today. This ski gets a graphic update for this year, but returns structurally unchanged. So same M7 build that you saw last year, build and shape, carry forward into 2026, but we do get a little bit of a graphic refresh just to fit in with the rest of the Mantra line, which has largely been redesigned with a few additional models to it as well. But most of the same theory applies to this M7 as we talked about last year. Volkl does a tremendous job at incorporating power, smoothness, and stability into these skis. At 96 millimeters underfoot, it's one of the most powerful skis out there. Busts right through crud, grips firmly on ice, does a decent job at powder, but the stiffness definitely make it want to cut through and find the bottom. So it's really kind of a more chargy mid-90s all-mountain ski versus a more playful freeride ski in this category. There are, I would say, fewer skis that are stronger than this at this width and far more that are more playful. So this one certainly falls on the more business-like end of the spectrum. When we have our mid-90s comparison wall going up, this one goes towards the strong side if we arrange them that way. But just to recap on construction here, Volkl uses a multi-layer wood core consisting of beech and poplar. Tailored Titanal frame, so two frame pieces that go around the sides, one piece underfoot in the middle, and then a full sheet on the bottom. What Volkl does that's interesting is they align the beech, which is on the sides, with that metal frame. Volkl is, they are doubling down on the amount of power and control that goes to the edge by combining the beech and the metal, and then leaving the middle a little bit more playful and accessible with that poplar. So a little bit lighter in the center spine of the ski, and then just rock solid on the edges. And when you hear people talk about Volkl's tradition and heritage as being a ski associated with edge grip, that's what they're talking about. That it's clear to see where their emphasis is, and they do a better job than most in that regard. Ski ends up being pretty hefty as a result. They do keep the swing weight light with tailored carbon tips, and just kind of keeping that tail area open, a little bit more open with that Titanal frame. But we're at 2,078 grams here in the 177 centimeter length. So there's some beef here for sure. Skiers who are going to be using an M7 should have a pretty strong skill set, good set of legs on them, and be willing to put in some work to get the appropriate performance. If you're kind of not, if you're a lazier skier, you're just not going to find the top end of the performance in an M7. And again, that's a personal preference. That's how you want to spend your time on snow. I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong, but certainly an expert skier with a good skill set and an appropriate level of fitness will be able to find the high end of this ski easier than others. But really, really interesting from a construction perspective. They certainly put most of their efforts into design and engineering, more than a lot of other companies for sure. When we look at the profile, the thing that stands out to me is just how flat this thing is. There is not a lot of camber underfoot. Even when you kind of compress the camber, there's low rise in the tips and tails. Not a whole lot to talk about there, and that is on purpose. It achieves the effect of making the ski smooth and connected to the snow, so you get that precision, you get that energy. Volkl uses their 40 radius in this ski, so quite a bit going on. They really try to make the tip accessible to turns, and then have a lot of stability through the middle of the ski. Nice short 17-meter radius underfoot, and then kind of to match the tip, 25 in the tip, 22 in the tail. The new one is the 40 here in the midsection, and that really allows you to feather the ski at higher speeds, resulting in a smoother overall feel. It's not like you can feel the ski making different shaped turns, for each and every turn. It's more that it feels smoother and more intuitive at a variety of speeds and in different turn styles. So you can think about it and really try to get into the nitty-gritty of that turn style, or you can just let it run, do short turns when you want, do long turns when you want. The ski really excels in a lot of them, and that's because of the flatter profile that allows you to get those different turn shapes and styles. So pretty cool stuff coming from Volkl for sure. And it just makes a lot of sense when you get on them and start turning, and then you'll feel that proper energy coming out of the tail for sure. I've got some feedback from our testers. Greg Morrill skied on the 177 here, noted that the ski creates smooth, solid turns, good edge grip on firm sheets of ice. All mountain for sure. Ease of turning and ability to handle all conditions. Handles high-speed turns and rough conditions. Easy to make short control turns. Handled the spring moguls well, so well that I did another run in them. So it sounds like Greg got along quite well with an M7, noted that it really handled multi-turns well and variable conditions and terrain. So ice to slush bumps, this thing worked really, really well for Greg. Again, kind of a tough entry point if you're an intermediate or a progressing skier, just because it is quite stiff and heavy and has, just a very high-end performance ceiling. So it's just not going to be for everyone, but those who do get on it and understand how to use it and what it's for are going to be rewarded with some of the best and most precise performance available on the ski market today. So make sure you check out this redesigned Volkl Mantra M7 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.